Soon as y'all come in the building, you know, summertime. We're surviving Will Smith. Finally stepping up to the plate. Here it is, the groove slightly transformed. Just a bit of a break from the norm. It's just a little something to break from a not need of all that hardcore dancing. It's little bit out of control. School dance. What about a school that proves romance? Give me a soft, subtle mix. And if it ain't broke, then don't try to fix it. Think of the summers of the past. Adjust the bass and let the alpine blast. Pop in my CD, let it run around and put your car on crew and lay back cause it's summertime. Smash that like button. We are surviving Will Smith. Come back, sit back and rewind. Sit back and rewind. I cannot believe Will Smith finally tried to step up when he should have stepped up to Jada Pinkett. Yeah. Summertime. What it do, everybody coming in the building? Y'all gotta hit that motherfucking like button. Uh-huh. School is out. It's just sort of a buzz. But back then I didn't really know what it was. But now I see what happened is the way that people can spark summer madness. The weather is hot, girls are dressing less, checking out the fellas to tell them who's best. Whoa! Salute to everybody in the building, goddammit. We are surviving Will Smith. Now we are going to slap back to the goddamn future. I can't believe you, Will. Oh my God, rest in peace to Uncle Phil. But if Uncle Phil saw this, Will, he'd be motherfucking disappointed in you. Pure survival. Carlton probably doing the Carlton dance right now. You know, this is fucking insane, guys. If y'all don't know what's going on, this whole Diddy Glover freak off case got the celebrities scared out their motherfucking minds. Pure survival. Everybody is trying to disassociate themselves from Diddy Glover because they know that Diddy is in that motherfucking courtroom. Diddy is in jail telling on everybody. Salute to all of y'all in the building and my baby the lounge in the building says smash that like button, pure survival. Diddy is in jail telling on everybody. So to let y'all know, when you finally see Will Smith, I love Will Smith, no Diddy, pure survival. But Will, the energy that you giving Diddy right now, that's the same energy you should have gave to your motherfucking wife, Jada Pinkett, pure survival. Now you finally getting up, talking about you sick of seeing the blogs, a motherfuckers talking about you and Diddy had a secret gay love affair. Your wife been disrespecting you, talking about Tupac still sleeping in the guest room, pure survival, had your motherfucking daughter running around writing Tupac. Your daughter was writing letters to heaven, and you didn't say shit to your wife. Pure survival. You went and slapped the facial skin off of Chris Rock. Pure survival. There's still facial skin on the stage where you slapped Chris Rock during survival. And you ain't did that. You slapping all the wrong people, motherfucking Will. You slapped Chris Rock and now you're slapping Diddy Glover because you afraid that them tapes, them alleged freak-off tapes that you were supposed to been in, pure survival, is going to come to the surface. Now your best friend of 30 years, Will Smith's best friend of 30 years, pure survival, brother motherfucker Bilaal, is exposing Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? And Will, one thing you don't know about the new day and age shit, if you say something, that shit makes it worse during survival. You know what I'm saying? Now you gave motherfuckers reasons to talk about you. Finally say, goddamn, where did Will Smith get some motherfucking boxes from? He on stage talking about, yeah, I'm tired of you motherfuckers talking about that I'm down with Diddy and I'm in the freak offs, pure survival. I have my own freak offs. This is what he pretty much said. Pure survival. But you did not have that same energy when your wife came out with that motherfucking, that stupid ass book talking about you like a dog. Pure survival. Talking about you not worthy. When she dropped that book, you have not stood up to your wife yet, motherfucker Will. Pierce our Bible. And said that she ain't been with you in 6 motherfucking years. And I'm from Philly, you from Philly, that don't mean a goddamn thing. Pierce our Bible. I'm just being honest. You should have had the courage to stand up when they said that you allegedly clapped Dwayne Martin's motherfucking cheeks during survival. Where were your motherfucking antennas at when all of this shit was going on? When August Alsina was clapping your motherfucking wife's cheeks during survival. Talking about I don't want nobody but you kissing on my tattoos. I don't want nobody but me. When he had your wife kissing on his tattoos during survival, you ain't never said nothing before, Will Smith. And this is why I believe what your best friend is saying. Because he's saying that he's threatening to testify with Diddy to prove that you was a part of these freak-offs allegedly with minors, Will Smith, pure survival. And this is why Will Smith, for the people who wondering why he's coming out trying to say he had nothing to do with it, because he know his friend got down with Diddy Glover and got down with Diddy Glover's fucking lawyer and about to expose Will and trying to, oh man, this shit, wow. So now you want to stand up to Diddy Glover, but you couldn't stand up to Jada Pinkett, Miss Alopecia, pure survival.
We're in right now, it's really hard for y'all to like discern what's real and what's true, you know? I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. You be making memes. I see the memes. I said, no, some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have shit to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all the things.
So Will Smith is finally coming out after people made fun of him on the internet for years during survival to come out and say, I don't have nothing to do with Puffy. He not talking to us, pure survival. Will Smith is literally talking to the feds right now because he know that his best friend of 30 years is agreeing to testify that he allegedly was a part of these motherfucking freak-offs. How do you think you're going to come out and finally talk well after all these motherfucking years? Pure survival, where is Jeffrey? Tell Jeffrey to make Will Smith a shut the fuck up sandwich. Pure survival, go somewhere and slap someone, Will, because we don't motherfucking believe you. Now you trying to say you ain't had nothing to do with all this shit, pure survival? This is wow.
But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have shit to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all the memes. Stop all of that bullshit. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own shit. Don't be putting me in other people's bullshit.
Will Smith says he ain't been nowhere near no motherfucking freak-offs. He got enough of his own freak-offs, pure survival, going on. That's why he said, I got enough of my own shit going on. Stop trying to mix me with Diddy Glover. But why now, motherfucking Will? Why do you all of a sudden want to try to disassociate motherfucking Diddy Glover? This is terrible, and I'm not taking up for Diddy Glover, pure survival. But when Diddy said that you and your wife allegedly was trying to clap Jennifer Lopez's cheeks. You and your wife was trying to sandwich motherfucking Jennifer Lopez, pure survival, Jenny from the motherfucking freak off cock. That's who y'all was trying to fucking sandwich. And Diddy Glover wanted to fight you, but y'all stayed friends, pure survival. And then all of a sudden, the most quietest star in the goddamn world finally spoke during survival. You need to apologize to slapping Chris Rock before you want to go public and try to say you don't like baby oil, pure survival. How many times did Jada Pinkett oil you to fuck down in public in front of the whole fucking world, Craig? Not just the city, I'm talking about the whole motherfucking world. So this shit blow my mind, pure survival. I told y'all I love Will Smith as an actor, especially even when he was in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, pure survival. Will got all the motherfucking girls. Will was funny. Will was cool than a motherfucker. But then when we saw how Miss set it off, Miss alopecia treated you well, it made us all look at you different. Pure survival. So for us to see you trying to pretend that you some tough macho motherfucker, pure survival, you should have been turned into Hancock. You should have been turned to one of those motherfuckers you played in the movie, pure survival. And Independence Day, you could have saved the world, Will, but no, you let Jada Pinkett treat you like shit, pure survival. And now you want to try to come at Diddy Glover like you wasn't down with him during survival. Well,
Puffy, so y'all can stop all the meetings. I can stop all of that bullshit. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own shit. Don't be putting me in other people's bullshit. I ain't been nowhere near that, man. I ain't did none of that stupid shit. So, whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie.
now if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. Ask yourself, why is Will Smith breaking his back, pure survival, to try to prove that he wasn't a part of the freak-offs and he don't like baby oil during survival and all that motherfucking baby oil, Will, that you be having all on your motherfucking chest when you playing in the movie Bad Boys, pure survival, and you running down the motherfucking street with Martin, he running slow as shit, pure survival. You got your motherfucking shirt wide open, talking about freeze. You be having all that baby oil on you at that time, Will. Pure survival. Talking about you don't like motherfucking baby oil. This is crazy. Will Smith is trying to disassociate himself with Diddy. Everybody's scared about these motherfucking tapes. And now you got your best friend talking about he gonna testify that you was in them freak-offs. This is wild, guys. This is wild. Y'all got to get them likes up. Will Smith finally got a set of balls. I did not think you had any nuts, Will, after what your wife was doing, pure survival. Then you got your son running around having a secret love affair in public with motherfucker Justin Bieber, pure survival. You know what I mean? Your son saw, what's that motherfucker boy? Your son on stage talking about, Tyler the Creator, that's my boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never had no motherfucking courage like this, Will, pure survival. You shocked the world when you slapped Chris Rock. We all was shocked, pure survival. So I'm shocked right now that you even try to step up. But now I know, because you afraid to be a part of that Diddy shit. And you knew what your friend was about to do. This is wild, pure survival.
Claps back at memes of him and Sean Diddy Combs and speaks out for the first time about his history with the music mogul. The Oscar winner took the stage at the Observatory North Park in San Diego December 12th, and during a break in the show, the rapper called out memes he'd seen online trolling his past association with Combs, who is currently in jail.
And Will, look how excited you was to be up under Diddy Glover. Pure survival. You've been in Hollywood for years, goddammit. And now you want to act like y'all wasn't having fun. It was all good just a week ago. Well, you got the world shocked right now. I'm actually shocked that motherfuckers like, that's right, Will, get rid of Diddy. But y'all not thinking about why Will is actually doing this right now. Pure survival. He's afraid of what's on them tapes, and he afraid that his friend is about to tell on him during survival.
Will Smith claps back at memes of him and Sean Diddy Combs and speaks out for the first time about his history with the music mogul. The Oscar winner took the stage at the Observatory North Park in San Diego December 12th, and during a break in the show, the rapper called out memes he'd seen online trolling his past association with Combs, who is currently in jail awaiting trial on sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution charges. Videos of the moment have been posted online showing Will telling the sold-out crowd, "The world we're in right now, it's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true.
What's real and what's true? Is it true that Tupac was sleeping in the guest room? Will, pure survival? Is it true that you, August Alsina, and Jada Pinkett had a three-way sandwich? Is that true, pure survival? Your best friend Bilaal of 30 years said this, Will Smith. And you never did nothing. Jada Pinkett was talking about, oh, we're going to sue him, pure survival. They never sued Bilaal. You know what I'm saying? So Will Smith, stop trying to, you was better off just being quiet during survival. How quiet you been when Jada Pinkett always sounding you, setting you up during survival. She be having cameras all in your face in the house, pure survival. You be begging her to get the camera out your face. You didn't say shit when your wife was sleeping with your son's boyfriend, pure survival. Bible. August Alsina wasn't Jada Pinkett's motherfucker, wasn't Jaden Smith's friend. That was his boyfriend during survival. Y'all got to get them likes up. We are surviving Will Smith.
He'd seen online trolling his past association with Combs, who is currently in jail awaiting trial on sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution charges. Videos of the moment have been posted online showing Will telling the sold-out crowd, "The world we're in right now, it's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true. I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. Some of it's funny." But the Fresh Prince sets the record straight on where he really stands with Combs, formerly known as Puff Daddy or Puffy early in his career, saying he's not jiggy with the freak-offs or baby oil, in fact.
Will Smith talking about he wasn't getting jiggy with the baby oil and the freak-offs during survival. What a coinky dink that he used this time to finally address all of these blogs that's been talking about him clapping Dwayne Martin's cheeks, pure survival, all this freaky sick shit. Well, I cannot believe you finally trying to say something during survival. You might as well kept your motherfucking mouth shut, because people going to start reading between the lines, especially now that your best friend's saying what he's saying during survival. Now, I don't know if you was allegedly with some minors, Will, but Diddy Glover. And you went and talked to the feds already and said, okay, y'all seen my butt naked tape, pure survival? Okay, I'll testify against fucking Diddy. Please don't put my motherfucking tape out there. Because it's crazy that your wife treated you the way she did all these motherfucking years, even came out with a book during survival, and you never said a goddamn word. I defended you and all kinds of shit, and now you sitting up trying to say all this bullshit? This is wild.
The world we're in right now, it's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true. I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. Some of it's funny. But the Fresh Prince sets the record straight on where he really stands with Combs, formerly known as Puff Daddy or Puffy early in his career, saying he's not jiggy with the freak-offs or baby oil, in fact. He says to the audience, "I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have shit to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all the memes. I can stop all of that bullshit." Will adds, "I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. I do enough of my own shit. Don't be putting me in other people's bullshit."
I ain't been around no damn freak offs, but I do enough of my own shit. We done heard rumors that you and Jada Pinkett was allegedly swapping out wives and shit like that, pure survival, having all kinds of freak off entanglements, and now you finally standing up, Will. This is fucking insane. Pure survival.
Or baby oil, in fact. He says to the audience, "I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have shit to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all the memes. I can stop all of that bullshit." Will adds, "I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. I do enough of my own shit. Don't be putting me in other people's bullshit. I ain't been nowhere near that man. I ain't did none of that stupid shit. So whenever y'all hearing if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil." Per the federal indictment released after his September 16th arrest and obtained by E! News, Combs' freak-offs were described as elaborate sex performances during which female victims were compelled through force, threats of force, and coercion.
Everybody is trying to get away from Diddy Glover. He's the head freak-off vampire. Pure survival. I told y'all he'd sleep upside down. He's the head vampire. Pure survival. You must have garlic to protect yourself from Diddy Glover. But these other freak-off vampires, look how they all scattering. They're scrambling and they're scraping for shit. You know what I'm talking about? And Will, I swear goodness, please don't slap me during survival. But I have to keep it real. I don't give a damn if you try to slap me, but please don't slap me. Pure survival. But I'm saying, why didn't you have the same energy with your wife when she was letting August Alsina clap her motherfucking cheeks, butter her biscuit? Pure survival. You never said a goddamn word to us. And we sat back and was like, oh my God, what is she doing to Will? Pure survival. Please give him his motherfucking boxes back, Jada. Take them thongs out of Will Smith's ass. So I'm shocked that Will is finally standing up. Pure survival. Were you high or some shit, Will? Now you got your best friend talking about he gonna testify that you allegedly is on these freak off tapes. So you can't run. And and they see that Jay-Z and his hair is being taken down, pure survival, and they see how much money Jay-Z got. So them motherfuckers is like, oh, fuck that. I've never hung with Diddy Glover. I've never did. And there's hella pictures with y'all motherfuckers having a great ass time. And then Diddy is the only one in jail. And y'all know I make fun of this motherfucker every day, pure survival. But I don't feel like he's the only demonic entity that should be in jail, pure survival. And I'm not saying that Will should. But if you did some shit, motherfucker, you better be quiet, pure survival, for the internet start really looking at this shit like, hold on. He ain't saying a motherfucker thing to Jada Pinkett, pure survival. She been disrespecting the shit out of that man. And why is he trying to disassociate himself to that magnitude where he go public like that, pure survival, in front of a whole big ass crowd? And it finally bothers you that people been talking about you on the internet, pure survival. But it never bothered you that your wife had her motherfucking tasty cakes in the air getting clapped by your son's fucking boyfriend, pure survival. That never bothered you, motherfucker. But people making memes and shit is bothering you more than your wife disrespecting you, pure survival. Come on now, Will. I can't let you get away with that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't even like baby oil. Per the federal indictment released after his September 16th arrest and obtained by E! News, Combs' freak-offs were described as elaborate sex performances during which female victims were compelled through force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sex acts with male commercial sex workers. The 54-year-old was also accused in the document of arranging, directing, masturbating during, and often electronically recording the freak-offs, as well as of transporting commercial sex workers across state lines and
And Diddy Glover was sitting there masturbating. Every time motherfuckers went to his party, he's standing in the corner, jerking the motherfucker off, shooting cum all in his own eyes and shit. Pure survival. And Will, you trying to act like you don't know nothing right now. And I told you, we both from Philly, pure survival, but I'm not biased during survival. You know what I'm saying? Just because I like your music, your movies. But Jada Pinkett been setting it off on your ass. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, why didn't you give her that same motherfucker energy? She went on a whole fuck Will Smith, he's soft in a motherfucker campaign, pure survival, and you didn't do a motherfucking thing. Last year, she went on a tour to sell a book that was all about him. She ain't had shit to say but shit bad about Will and shit bad and Tupac. Her whole book was about Will and Tupac, and you ain't said a motherfucking thing. So I'm not gonna let you sit here and try to go in on Diddy Glover like you wasn't allegedly a part of that motherfucking shit. I'm just not gonna do it. I don't give a damn how much I make fun of Diddy Glover. But there's other motherfucking people that was just as bad, and they all trying to hurry up and get away from Diddy Glover. Now listen to Will Smith's best friend of 30 years. Listen to what he said.
She'll have your back, of course. But is there a pattern there? Can you at least tease a little bit of just like, is that something?
Yeah, and shout out to Andy Signor. He the one that got the motherfucking interview with Will Smith's best friend, Bilaal, of 30 years. Pure survival. Shout out to Andy.
A one-off, or is that the type of stuff you're talking about? Because I don't care about her fetishes, but if she's got a fetish of being with her kids' friends, well then yes, that's a problem. You know what I mean? Like, is it serious like that?
Well, yes, it is. It's not a one-off, right? She's been intimate with other friends of Jaden, right? This is factual. There's no way.
This is Will Smith's best friend, and he's saying that Jada Pinkett was intimate with more friends of Jaden's and boyfriends of Jaden's than just August Alsina. Well, so why didn't you do nothing to say shit to your wife?
Intimate with other friends of Jaden, right? This is factual. There's no way anybody that took ecstasy, right? Anybody that took ecstasy know what it does to you and how sexually it just sexually charges you from 1 to 100. And your husband's a wet, right? And also this is their business, right? But I gotta say this too. Will is under the understanding and okay with him and Jada bringing other people into their bedroom long as Will is present. I know this for a fact.
So Will Smith was cool with Jada Pinkett getting her cheeks clapped as long as he's there to see her cheeks and her old freak off juice and berries shooting out in the sky during survival. This is Will Smith's best friend. So why haven't he addressed this shit? But he talking about these motherfucking memes. He's the one that's about to tell on you, Will. Pure survival. Do you hear what his best friend is saying?
And your husband's a wet, right? And also, this is their business, right? But I gotta say this too. Will is under the understanding and okay with him and Jada bringing other people into their bedroom long as Will is present. I know this for a fact, right? Now, Will's problem is when Jada does things on her own. That's Will's biggest problem, because I can definitely tell you, Will, August Alsina, and Jada have been together sexually.
Do you hear that? Will Smith and August Alsina, this is his best friend, said that they all had a three-way during Survival. And you want to act like, I don't deal with Diddy, I'm not with none of this freak off stuff, I don't like baby oil, pure survival. You know what I'm saying? Now that is your business if you want to let this boy smash your wife and you sit there and watch and y'all both gang, you know what I mean, Jada Pinkett, pure survival. That's your business. But how are you trying to play like this innocent motherfucking superhero, pure survival, when you got skeletons? Well, you know what I'm talking about? I'm not letting nobody sit there and sleep with my motherfucking wife. Clearly, I don't care about my wife if I would do some sick shit like that during survival. This is wild. Y'all got to get them likes up. We are surviving Will Smith's best friend that's allegedly threatening to testify that he was a part of the freak offs. Now I see why Will Smith trying to act like he wasn't down with the get down. Pure survival.
And your husband's away, right? And also, this is their business, right? But I gotta say this too. Will is under the understanding and okay with him and Jada bringing other people into their bedroom long as Will is present. I know this for a fact, right? Now, Will's problem is when Jada does things on her own. That's Will's biggest problem, because I can definitely tell you, Will, August Alsina, and Jada have been together sexually all at once before.
Wow.
Right? So this is factual. But Will's problem and what hurts Will is Jada is breaking their understanding. And their understanding was if we were going to bring other people in, that we would do it collectively.
Wow, so Will Smith was cool with Jada Pinkett getting her cheeks clapped as long as he can see the cheeks getting clapped during survival. Sounds like Diddy Glover behavior to me. That's why he was getting mad at his wife, because Jada wanted so much wiener, pure survival. She wanted so much motherfucking penis that she couldn't just wait for Will to come out and do the shit with her. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? This shit is wild.
That's Will's biggest problem, because I can definitely tell you, Will, August Alsina, and Jada have been together sexually all at once before, right? So this is factual. But Will's problem and what hurts Will is Jada is breaking their understanding. And their understanding was if we were going to bring other people in, that we would do it collectively. And these are celebrities, these are influencers, these are a lot of people that you're gonna know that done this together with Will and Jada.
Do you hear that? These are other celebrities. This is Will Smith's best friend of 30 years. Pure survival. And he was Will Smith's personal assistant. And like he said, they were having sex with different celebrities. Does that sound like Diddy Glover could have been one of the celebrities? You know what I'm saying? So why would you go out your way to speak out loud right now, Will, trying to disassociate yourself from Diddy? It makes you look guilty. And then now you got your best friend exposing it all.
I gotta say this too. Will is under the understanding and okay with him and Jada bringing other people into their bedroom long as Will is present. I know this for a fact, right? Now, Will's problem is when Jada does things on her own. That's Will's biggest problem, because I can definitely tell you, Will, August Alsina, and Jada have been together sexually all at once before, right? So this is factual. But Will's problem and what hurts Will is Jada is breaking their understanding. And their understanding was if we were going to bring other people in, that we would do it collectively. And these are celebrities, these are influencers, these are a lot of people that you're going to know that done this together with Will and Jada. So Will is a hurt pup, not because she's being with other people. She's being with other people without Will being present, and that was their arrangement. But back to you, Andy. Yes, she has messed with other Jaden, other friends of Jaden. Also,
were they ever?
She messed with other friends of Jaden. So why ain't you saying shit about that? Well, you know what I'm saying? This shit is wow.
16, 17, then no. So I don't want to make a statement. One thing I don't want to do is make a statement, even though I hate Jada, I don't want to make a statement that
it's 18 in California.
Okay, so when I get back to you, I'll let you know. I'll let you know if those people were underage or not. But one thing I do know is that even the ayahuasca that they're using is illegal in America, right? So Jada is so much of a dope thing. She went out of the country to get those psychedelic drugs. And she brought the psychedelic drugs back. So my question is, again, that is criminal, right? How is she admitting all these criminal acts and nobody's doing anything?
And this man, your best friend, called your wife a dope fiend, Will Smith, pure survival, and you didn't do nothing about this motherfucker right here. This chocolate motherfucking goddamn milk dud face. You didn't say nothing to him, your best friend, and said your wife was a dope fiend during survival. That's crazy.
I'll let you know if those people were underage or not. But one thing I do know is that even the ayahuasca that they're using is illegal in America, right? So Jada is so much of a dope thing. She went out of the country to get those psychedelic drugs. And she brought the psychedelic drugs back. So my question is, again, that is criminal, right? How is she admitting all these criminal acts and nobody's doing anything? Nobody's doing anything. So I'm gonna dive deeper into that. But one of the main things I want to say in leaving is when her and Will opened that school along with the Church of Scientology, that alone is my book right there, just about. And another guy named Charlie Mack the Rat, right, who's a federal informant, and he put Meek in jail and robbed Meek of millions of dollars. But so that's mainly what my book is about. But
so this dude got the super 411 on Will Smith. You know what I mean? The last thing he needs is this motherfucker right here to testify and have proof. Like I said, I don't know if Will Smith was with any minor boys or any minor girls, pure survival. But all I know is this man been exposing Will all this time, and Will never addressed that, but he broke his neck for some reason. That's why it's a lot of shit going on behind closed doors. He broke his neck for some reason to make sure that he disassociated himself from Diddy Glover. You know what I mean? This is wild.
I don't want to go into that Scientology stuff. And
this is wild. This is wild. You know what I mean? Salute the goddess. Goddess, just put the Pure Survival merch in there. If you go to puresurvivalmerch.com, you know what I'm saying? You can get you some Pure Survival wear. You know what I'm saying? This is wild. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, I always had love for Will Smith, but the fact that he's speaking now is making him look guilty during survival. It's making him look very motherfucking guilty. That's what it looked like.
And what
we've covered, it's dangerous. I understand why he's hesitant.
Right, and I live out the right. So people think I'm holding back, but my life is on the line. You see what happened at that Danny Masterson trial, right? These people Will and Jada opened up a school for Scientology and tried to hide the fact that the school was Scientology based, right? I don't even want to get into it because when those people come at me, it's a wrap. And that
We've had a lot of ex-Scientologists on the show, so when you're ready for that, I'd love to connect those dots and make that happen because I'm not afraid of it.
And I don't know what the Scientology freak off stuff is, pure survival, but his best friend has been saying everything under the sun. Y'all got to get them likes up. Pure survival.
Scientology anymore. What they do is just awful cult stuff. And I'd always heard they really weren't Scientologists, but that's not true. You saw Will and Jada practicing Scientology?
What, are you kidding me? Listen, I told the story of when I found Will and when I was on the set of All of Us and I saw Will and Dwayne having anal sex in the dressing, right?
And do y'all remember this? When his best friend exposed Dwayne Martin clapping Will Smith's cheeks, allegedly clapping his cheeks, he walk into the dressing room, Will Smith cakes is in the motherfucking air, busted open, in the air. You know what I'm saying? And he never said anything about that. You see what I'm saying? So this is wild. This is wild.
When I was on the set of All of Us and I saw Will and Dwayne having anal sex in the dressing, right? And Will came to me and said three things, Andy, right? He said, number one is that you remember what happened to the transvestite, or I don't know what's the proper terminology, who were set to do these big interviews with Eddie Murphy. That person died mysteriously. Right? Just Google it and look it up. What happened to the transvestite that was in the car with Eddie Murphy, that he solicited that person, I don't know if to say man, woman, I don't even know, that trans person, oral sex. And that person.
And you see that? Whoever Eddie Murphy, I got love for Eddie Murphy too. Pure survival. Y'all remember years ago they said Eddie Murphy got caught picking up a transformer. Pure survival. Well, that transformer mysteriously had died. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he was afraid to come out and say what the hell been going on behind the scenes. This is crazy. This is crazy.
When I was on the set of All of Us and I saw Will and Dwayne having anal sex in the dressing, right? And Will came to me and said three things, Andy, right? He said, number one is that you remember what happened to the transvestite, or I don't know what's the proper terminology, who were set to do these big interviews with Eddie Murphy. That person died mysteriously, right? Just Google it and look it up. What happened to the transvestite that was in the car with Eddie Murphy, that he solicited that person, I don't know if to say man, woman, I don't even know how, that trans person, oral sex. And that person died mysteriously. Then he also mentioned that you saw what happened to Aunt Viv when she started to talk about my antics on the show, right? Then his next thing was that he has very powerful people backing him. So Will made a song, I believe is you.
So basically, when this dude, his friend of 30 years, allegedly walked in and Will Smith was getting his cheeks clapped, when Dwayne Martin was allegedly clapping his cheeks, Will Smith pretty much threatened his life by saying, hey, you remember what happened to Eddie Murphy, the girl who, the trans woman that was coming out against Eddie, she died mysteriously. You know what I'm saying? Then the other lady who was coming for Will on the motherfucking Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, something happened to her too. So he's telling him that, pretty much saying, look, if you tell anybody that it smelled like doo-doo in here and I was getting my cheeks clapped, pure survival, this can happen to you. This is what he's saying. Smash that like button. And Will Smith ain't addressed none of this. Pure survival.
When I was on the set of All of Us and I saw Will and Dwayne having anal sex in the dressing, right? And Will came to me and said three things, Andy, right? He said, number one is that you remember what happened to the transvestite, or I don't know what's the proper terminology, who were set to do these big interviews with Eddie Murphy. That person died mysteriously, right? Just Google it and look it up. What happened to the transvestite that was in the car with Eddie Murphy, that he solicited that person, I don't know if to say man, woman, I don't even know how, that trans person, oral sex. And that person died mysteriously. Then he also mentioned that you saw what happened to Aunt Viv when she started to talk about my antics on the show, right? Then his next thing was that he has very powerful people backing him. So Will made a song, I believe is you hit my bumper, but it's called You Hit My Bumper B, and I'm saying B-I-T-C-H. And Will said he's never cursed on records. And when he told me off.
See, so even his best friend saying Will Smith, you said you never cussed in a goddamn song, Pure Survival. And I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard a Will Smith song where he was cussing, Pure Survival. But Will Smith denied liking baby oil. Will Smith just denied being at a Diddy Glover's freak off party. But you also said you never did a cuss word song. But your best friend of 30 years, Pure Survival, saying you got music with you cussing up a storm during Survival. Well,
he has very powerful people backing him. So Will made a song, I believe is You Hit My Bumper, but it's called You Hit My Bumper B, and I'm saying BITCH. And Will said he's never cursed on records. And when he told me all that, and I went home, and it wasn't even Google back then. I think I did AOL search, right? I looked up the transvestite that Eddie Murphy offered money to for oral, what happened to her. I looked at what happened to the Aunt Viv character, and I looked at, damn, I didn't know Will made this record cursing, calling women BITCHs, and threatened the DV to them.
Did any of y'all know that? That Will Smith allegedly made a song calling girls BITCHs? I've never heard it. Pure Survival. But his best friend, and I'm going to keep saying that, of 30 years, who was his personal assistant, said that Will did this. You know what I'm talking about? So this is wow. Y'all got to smash that like button. We are surviving this man threatening to testify that that motherfucking Will Smith was down with the freak offs with Diddy Glover. And there's tapes allegedly, all that shit. And it's kind of odd that Will Smith come out now after all these years and then say that he got a problem with this shit and I'm not with Diddy. I never been at a Diddy party. Why is he breaking his neck right now? Pure Survival. When he should have broke his neck and broke his foot and his wife ass during Survival. And I don't promote violence, but the way she treated you, Will, you ain't never did nothing to that woman. You know what I'm saying? But you threatening these people when they catching you allegedly get your cheeks clapped. You know what I'm saying? Your motherfucking wife is sleeping with the trick-or-treaters around the neighborhood, allegedly, Pure Survival. This is wild.
Records. And when he told me all that, and I went home, and it wasn't even Google back then. I think I did AOL search, right? I looked up the transvestite that Eddie Murphy offered money to for oral, what happened to her. I looked at what happened to the Aunt Viv character, and I looked at, damn, I didn't know Will made this record cursing, calling women BITCHs, and threatened the DV to them on this song. And I believe the song is something about You Broke My Blinker. And anybody can go look this up. And when they hear the way Will's talking, they're going to be like, okay, this brother Bilaal guy, he's the dot connector.
So whoever this she broke my bumper or he broke my bumper, I guess he's saying that we can look this song up and hear Will Smith talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? He broke my bumper. Whatever that is, I guess we can look it up during Survival.
TCHs and threatened the DV to them on this song. And I believe the song is something about You Broke My Blinker. And anybody can go look this up. And when they hear the way Will's talking, they're going to be like, okay, this brother Bilaal guy, he's the dot connector. He can take a story and connect all the dots, right? But once again, I want to go back to that video, and it's going to come out where Will is touching Alfonso Rivera private parts, right?
Wow.
It's
And do you see? Oh my God. This is Carlton. Carlton is Alfonso Rivera during Survival. That's motherfucking Carlton's real name, Alfonso Rivera. And his best friend got a video with Will Smith touching his wiener during Survival, where he's touching motherfucking Carlton's wiener. Like I said, yo, this is wild. This is wild.
The Bilaal guy, he's the dot connector. He can take a story and connect all the dots, right? But once again, I want to go back to that video, and it's going to come out where Will is touching Alfonso Rivera private parts, right? It's so much of that. It's so much of Jada, you know, with dildos at these secret parties and smashing people with it, right?
Wow. Do you hear this? Y'all gotta get them likes up. Give it up for Will Smith, best friend, pure survival. He said these secret parties. Jada Pickett running around with the motherfucking dildo, smashing people with it. Pure survival. So then she must allegedly, well, he said it. But I'm saying to me, if she's smashing like men with dildos and smashing women with dildos, she might have smashed Will with that motherfucking dildo. Pure survival. Pulled it out his ass. Oh, smell like doodle. Here, turn around, Will. You know what I'm saying? This is what his best friend is saying, y'all. You cannot kill the messenger. And all I'm saying is, why didn't Will Smith address this? Why is he only addressing the Diddy Glover shit? And he's saying, his best friend saying, they be at them secret freak-off parties, doing all kinds of shit. Wife running around poking motherfucking dildos in people's tasty cakes. This shit is wild. Here's our Bible.
Thinker. And anybody can go look this up. And when they hear the way Will's talking, they're gonna be like, okay, this brother Bilaal guy, he's the dot connector. He can take a story and connect all the dots, right? But once again, I want to go back to that video, and it's gonna come out where Will is touching Alfonso Ribeiro private parts, right? It's so much of that. It's so much of Jada, you know, with dildos at these secret parties and smashing people with it, right? And it's like this, you cannot make this, like, it's so crazy that you can't even make this stuff. If you're in Hollywood, see, that's the thing. People in Hollywood know it's Holly weird, man. These people will do anything to get on.
Wow. Did you hear this? It's called Holly Weird. So how can he act like now he wasn't with the freak offs when your best friend is saying he cannot make this up? You know what I'm talking about? Your wife is running around pounding everybody out in these secret freak off parties. Well, you know what I mean? Salute to Ludus. Just hit that motherfucker super chat, pure survival. So I think Will Smith should have just kept his motherfucking mouth shut during survival. You know what I mean? You did the Bad Boys motherfucking movie. It seemed like people forgot about the slap during survival. You know what I'm saying? People forgot about the slap. They didn't forget about the slap, but they forgot about the slap. You know what I mean? But you know who didn't forget about the slap? Pure survival? Chris Rock's face. Chris Rock's face still don't look the same. Pure survival. And he took that motherfucker slap too. He still kept performing during survival. And if Will Smith would have slapped me like that, I guarantee you, I would have shocked the whole goddamn motherfucking goddamn award show. Pure survival. I would have just passed the fuck out. I would have passed the fuck out during survival. They would have had to have ambulances. I would have disturbed the whole goddamn show. That they wouldn't have been able to keep fucking performing. Pure survival. Ain't no way I'd have stayed on that motherfucker. And the next person comes to the stage, face hurting like a motherfucker, I would have passed out. Pure survival. And they would have had to call a fucking ambulance, everything. And I would have sued the goddamn pants off of goddamn Will if he would have slapped me like that. Pure survival. Or I would have kicked him in the back when he started fixing his pants and shit, pure survival, like he was heavy as hell that he slapped the shit out of me, and Jada Pinkett looked like, yeah, you better slap that motherfucker, pure survival, or you won't get this dildo in your tasty cakes tonight. You know what I'm saying? So I would have kicked Will in the back. I would have karate kicked that motherfucker. I told y'all I know karate. I was a burgundy belt, so there ain't no motherfucking way. You could ask the Ninja Turtles. I'm Leonardo, Donatello, motherfucker, Raphael, all of them. You know what I'm saying? Michelangelo. I know karate. You know what I'm saying? So Will wouldn't have did that to me. But first thing I would have did, fuck all that karate shit, I would have passed out, pure survival. And I would have woke up a goddamn billionaire after he slapped me like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's my whole thing. Will never spoke before. Everybody's trying to run from Diddy. Imagine who's going to come out and speak now that just was quiet the whole time after being demasculated all over the damn internet. This shit is wild, guys. But these freak-ass parties are real. And like his best friend is saying, I believe him. He's saying you can't make this shit up. So for Will to act like he wasn't a part of this shit, oh my God.
Right? And it's like this, you cannot make this, like, it's so crazy that you can't even make this stuff. If you're in Hollywood, see, that's the thing. People in Hollywood know it's Holly weird, man. These people will do anything to get on. And Will and Jada take advantage of that. People come out there with pure hearts, come from great families with an immense amount of talent. But it's not about the talent, it's about who you know and what you're willing to do for them.
Same stuff. You telling me that's not Diddy behavior? Well, he's saying that these people, which is like young people that be having talent, pure survival, and they're willing to do all of this stuff like that because they're trying to get ahead in life, and then they're getting told that they pretty much got to get their cheeks clapped during survival in order to become famous. He's saying that my friend of 30 years and his wife, pure survival, they're both a part of that shit. The same Diddy Glover behavior. And now he want to say he wasn't down with that shit. Pure survival.
Speeches and threaten the DV to them on this song. And I believe the song is something about you broke my blinker. And anybody can go look this up. And when they hear the way Will's talking, they're gonna be like, okay, this brother Bilaal guy, he's the dot connector. He can take a story and connect all the dots, right? But once again, I want to go back to that video, and it's going to come out where Will is touching Alfonso Ribeiro private parts, right? It's so much of that. It's so much of Jada, you know, with dildos at these secret parties and smashing people with it, right? And it's like this, you cannot make this, like, it's so crazy that you can't even make this stuff. If you're in Hollywood, see, that's the thing. People in Hollywood know it's Holly weird, man. These people will do anything to get on. And Will and Jada take advantage of that. People come out there with pure hearts, come from great families with an immense amount of talent. But it's not about the talent, it's about who you know and what you're willing to do for them.
And you have to remember that it's not about the talent during survival. It's about what you willing to do and who you know to freak off to the freak off top. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Will, this is not a good time. If you never spoke all this time, you was better off being quiet, pure survival, because the internet is going to bring up all this shit. Your best friend, everything is going to come back up. Trust me, pure survival.
And you got a lot of people, Andy, who sell their soul. You have so many people that come out there from good families who sell their soul. That Jada begins grooming. You know, this is sick, man. This grooming process is sick.
And you hear that? Who else do the grooming? Like he said, Jada motherfucker Pinkett, pure survival. She does the grooming. Diddy Glover does the grooming. And like he said, you gotta sell your soul in Hollywood. So ain't no way you're gonna act like you ain't been a part of these motherfucking freak offs. No way.
A lot of people, Andy, who sell their soul. You have so many people that come out there from good families who sell their soul. That Jada begins grooming. You know, this is sick, man. This grooming process is sick. And I must say that Will is an individual that was groomed by Benny Medina on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I'm just going to take this 1 second to say, you got to look at that Will was totally broke when he came out to LA.
Wow, so Will Smith was groomed by whoever this dude is that he just said that groomed Will Smith and maybe buttered his biscuit. This is wild.
And I'm just going to take this 1 second to say, you got to look at that Will was totally broke when he came out to LA. If The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air did not work, I ain't no telling what happened to Will. Will borrowed money from a drug dealer in Philly that we both know. And he took that money, he went to LA, and he never looked back. And it was such a little bit of money that Benny Medina started grooming Will, right?
Now you see that? I told you this is best friend. He said Will Smith borrowed money from a drug dealer that they both knew to go to Bel Air. You never thought when he said, hey, in West Philadelphia, born and raised. Yeah, Will got some money, allegedly, from a drug dealer. And matter of fact, I might as well not say allegedly. His best friend saying that. They both knew the drug dealer. And then Will ended up getting groomed over there during survival.
Come out there from good families who sell their soul, that Jada begins grooming. You know, this is sick, man. This grooming process is sick. And I must say that Will is an individual that was groomed by Benny Medina on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I'm just going to take this 1 second to say, you got to look at that Will was totally broke when he came out to LA. If The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air did not work, I ain't no telling what had happened to Will. Will borrowed money from a drug dealer in Philly that we both know. And he took that money, he went to LA, and he never looked back. And it was such a little bit of money that Benny Medina started grooming Will, right? This is deep. I don't really have time to connect all the dots, but the information is out there. And then by me hiring 2 private investigators for my book, Will and Jada Demonic Circle, right? It's like, I got the information now.
He got a book, Will and Jada's Demonic Circle. Demonic Circle during survival. This is wild. Y'all gotta smash that like button. Will, you put your foot in your own mouth during survival. This is a slap in the face. Will
started grooming Will, right? This is deep. I don't really have time to connect all the dots, but the information is out there. And then by me hiring 2 private investigators for my book, Will and Jada Demonic Circle, right? It's like, I got the information now. Why do you think Will and them are coming out? Why do you think they yelling and screaming, trying to discredit me? Because they know I have the information, Andy.
Wow, do you hear that? Why you think Will and them coming out right now? Because they scared of this boy. They know he has the freak off information during survival. So if he go in any courtroom and say this shit, oh my God.
And then by me hiring 2 private investigators for my book, Will and Jada Demonic Circle, right? It's like, I got the information now. Why do you think Will and them are coming out? Why do you think they yelling and screaming, trying to discredit me? Because they know I have the information, Andy.
Wow, that's crazy. Because they know he got the information. That's why it's wild for you to do this shit, Will. Like right now, you was better off being quiet. Everybody love Bad Boys, the new Bad Boys. That almost made everyone just forgive you and forget all about the situation. But for you never to say nothing until now, it looks very suspicious during survival. Will, it looks very suspicious.
Right now, it's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true, you know? And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. You be making memes. I see the memes. I said, no, some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have shit to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all them memes. I can stop all of that bullshit. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own shit. Don't be putting me in other people's bullshit. I ain't been nowhere near that, man. I ain't did none of that stupid shit. So, whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie.
How many of y'all believe that Will Smith is lying right now? Press 1. Put a 1 in the chat. If you think Will Smith is telling the truth, that he wasn't a part of these freak-offs, he didn't do nothing with Diddy, put a 2 in the chat. Pure survival. But if you put a 1 in the chat, Will, it doesn't look good. Everybody's putting 1s in there because it's very mysterious for you now to want to try to prove your motherfucking innocence. Pure survival. Everybody put a 1 in the chat, Will. Everybody put a 1. You done slapped Will. Motherfucking Chris Rock. You done did all this shit. Your wife disrespect you for years, and you never said nothing during survival. And we just heard all the freaky shit your best friend said of all them years. Jada Pinkett running around with a dildo, just aiming and firing in people's ass, all kinds of shit. This shit is wild, guys. Pure survival. Shit is wild.
You were dating J-Lo. Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome, and you were going to beat up Will Smith. Is that true?
Will Smith being...
Y'all remember that? when Jimmy Kimmel, I think that's his name, asked Diddy Glover, was Will Smith and Jada Pinkett tried to have a freak off with Jennifer Lopez. And Diddy Glover said he was going to beat him up. But you acting like, Will, you never had no motherfucking freak offs? Pure survival?
When you were dating J-Lo, Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome and you were going to beat up Will Smith. Is that true?
Will Smith being gay and having gay relations with who was it with?
Diddy.
You hear that? Even Lunel, they just said Will Smith was having alleged, affair, a gay relationship, and she said Diddy. First name she said.
When you were dating J-Lo, Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome and you were going to beat up Will Smith. Is that true?
Will Smith being gay and having gay relations with who was it with?
Diddy.
This Diddy situation has been all over the news lately. In case you were wondering who is the next person linked to P. Diddy, you better be ready because this time it's Will Smith. And it's not the way anyone had ever imagined. The best part of this disconcerting news is that rumor has it that Diddy and Will Smith have been engaging in a spicy freak-off for years.
You hear that? Will Smith and Diddy Glover allegedly been engaging in a spicy freak-off for years during survival. And Will said no. And I bet you Jada Pinkett probably told you to go on stage and disassociate yourself from Diddy Glover. I wouldn't be surprised if Jada told you to say that shit. Well, pure survival.
The best part of this disconcerting news is that rumor has it that Diddy and Will Smith have been engaging in a spicy freak-off for years. Quite the unlikely pair, huh? Who's to say what goes on behind the scenes in these Hollywood parties? In this video, we take a deep dive into the stories flooding the internet surrounding Diddy and Will Smith. This promises to be one heck of a ride. Unraveling the Will Smith and Diddy rumors. For years, whispers have floated around about Will Smith's alleged relationships with men.
And look at that. Look how surprised Chris Rock's face was when you slapped him during survival. You know what I'm saying? When you hauled off and slapped him, now you trying to slap Diddy Glover while Diddy Glover is in jail. You know what I'm saying? Pure survival. And you still never stood up to your goddamn motherfucking wife during survival. Well, she probably right now out picking out Christmas gifts for August Alsina and August Alsina's boyfriend. Because after he had Jada Pinkett's Regina, pure survival, he went and got him a boyfriend. Tell me that. And then your best friend said that she was running around with dildos, clapping men's cheeks at these freak-off parties, pure survival. And just so happens, August Alsina went and got him a boyfriend. Was she clapping his cheeks with that dildo? Well, pure survival. This is wild. But you didn't do nothing to her, and you did something to poor Chris Rock. He didn't do a motherfucking thing. Pure survival. That wasn't even a hard-ass goddamn joke that he made, Will. And she convinced you to haul off and dog slap the shit out of Chris Rock. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? I know Chris Rock right now, he probably can't wait to come out and say, oh, now Will want to act like he wasn't down with motherfucking Diddy Glover. Oh, I hope motherfucking Chris Rock put this in his comedy. Put it in his, I guarantee you Chris Rock might air Will Smith out comedically during survival.
Recently, those rumors have resurfaced, fueling speculation about a possible connection between Smith and Diddy. The idea that these two megastars may have shared a hidden romance has only gained traction over time. Jada Pinkett Smith has faced her share of paparazzi questions about these speculations. When asked, "Anything you want to say about the allegations?" she gracefully dismissed the rumors, but her response only fanned the flames, intensifying the intrigue around her husband's rumored relationships.
What do you say about the allegations? There's like so many rumors. Anything you want to say, we still. I know that's right. Thank you, Miss Pinky.
Enter Jaguar Wright.
And she said, we suing. Remember she said that? But she never sued his best friend. When his best friend said he got his cheeks clapped by motherfucking Dwayne Martin.
Known for boldly calling out figures in the entertainment industry, she's long alleged intimate details about both Smith and Diddy. Initially dismissed as a publicity seeker, Jaguar's claims are now being revisited by audiences eager to see if there was more truth to her stories than once believed. With both Will Smith and Diddy now facing similar rumors about relationships with men, the question is, could they have been involved with each other?
And they look so motherfucking happy together. Pure survival. Look at Diddy Glover's mohawk. He probably went and got that motherfucking mohawk for you. Well, look at this motherfucking hairstyle. You telling me that y'all two didn't go clap cheeks that night? Pure survival. Y'all look so motherfucking wonderful together. He got a Mr. T motherfucking mohawk. Pure survival. Look at this shit. Will got the baby oil all in his motherfucking hair right there. Pure survival. Diddy got the whole, he got the bald head on this side, bald head on that side. 100 and something years old with a little kid motherfucking McDonald mohawk. Pure survival. What was he doing with a mohawk at his goddamn age? This shit is disgusting. Well, and for you to just dump this man, you might well just been quiet, Will. Nobody wasn't even thinking about you during survival. Motherfuckers was happy about the Bad Boys movie. You know what I mean? So they kind of forgave you. You know, and then you just came out with this aggression that you've never had with your wife during survival. Well, this shit is crazy, guys. This is fucking off the chain. And I remember
Then there's
she was coming out saying shit about you. Where's the shit when your wife was talking about you? And you ain't did nothing about that shit. She had your motherfucking daughter writing Tupac, and rest in peace to Tupac. Tupac wasn't even alive. Pierce her Bible. She couldn't take Tupac's wiener out of her motherfucking mouth. You know what I'm saying? For years. Pierce her Bible. Embarrassing you. This shit crazy.
Is that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives. Yes. It was not a divorce on paper, right, but it was a divorce.
What do you say about the allegations? There's like so many rumors. Anything you want to say? We suing.
And that's another thing, Will. How can we believe you when you say you was never in the freak-off parties, but you and your wife lied to us, the whole entire world, and was separated, was divorced, allegedly, pure survival, from Miss Alopecia for fucking 6 years during survival. So you are discredited. Will, how can I believe you when you lied for 6 years straight during survival? Motherfuckers is so afraid that Diddy is telling on them. You know what I'm saying? And you know your best friend couldn't wait to expose you during survival, Will. So I would have just shut my pecker suckers up if I was you during survival. This is crazy, guys. He should have shut up.
I know that's right.
That mean you all can have other partners, but you just have to be respectful with each other.
So people only think in terms of sex. People are trying to put something on it. Will and Jada, what they doing with other people?
Yeah.
Right?
Jada Pinkett Smith, known for her candid nature, has once again made headlines with her recent account involving Will Smith and Diddy. This latest incident has left many wondering about the dynamics of their relationships and the boundaries they are willing to push. After living apart for 7 years, the Gotham actress revealed she and her Men in Black actor husband split up in 2016. They are currently attempting to figure out what their future together entails. The couple were no longer together when Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars.
And look at that. That motherfucker had so much anger and frustration. And that's the same anger and frustration that you just had live on stage in front of thousands of people to go at Diddy Glover. But you never went at your motherfucking wife. That is so goddamn confusing. Well, you know what I'm saying? So I cannot let you get away with this and try to act like you wasn't down with this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because it just makes you look super guilty. And look at all that anger. Look at all that motherfucking frustration. You knew you wanted that dildo that night. And she said, look, if you ain't going to go up and stand up for me, Will, I am not going to shove this in your rear end. I'm not giving you the tasty cake drill. You know what I'm saying? This shit is wild. This is wild and wild is wild.
The dynamics of their relationships and the boundaries they are willing to push. After living apart for 7 years, the Gotham actress revealed she and her Men in Black actor husband split up in 2016. They are currently attempting to figure out what their future together entails. The couple were no longer together when Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars after the comedian made a joke about Jada. Pinkett Smith insists she and the Switch rapper are not going to get divorced.
And look at this. I don't promote violence, Will, but you never said nothing to this motherfucker. You ain't did a goddamn thing. Pure survival. You didn't even punch the air like Ricky did in, no, what was his name? Trey and Boys in the Hood. Pure survival. You was going on trips with this boy. Your best friend is saying that you and your wife allegedly was having a three-way with this motherfucker. Pure survival. Jada Pinkett ain't got no respect for you, Will. She went and got the old Will during survival. She went and got a motherfucking twin. He looked like when you was young during survival. She said, I don't like the old as fuck Will. I need the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air Will. Pure survival. So she went and got tangled up in out and got him a girlfriend. He went and got him a boyfriend after that Regina. That Regina is demonic. Well, that's who you need to be standing up to, but you still ain't stood up to her yet. We would love you to come out on stage, and the way you came at Diddy Glover, Pure Survival, why don't you come out on stage in front of hundreds and thousands of people and stand up to that motherfucking little demon right there, Pure Survival? But no, you scared of that motherfucker, girl. I think she the one who made you go out there and say, look, you better get fucked. You better go out there and say we wasn't fucking around with Diddy Glover. Out of all these freak off parties that we attend, you better go say we wasn't down with Diddy Glover. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? This is wild. She became more famous for talking about you like a dog, Will, Pure Survival, than her own motherfucking career from the 90s. We know her more for fucking treating you like shit than motherfucking Jason Lyrics and other classic movies. I can't take that away from her, Pure Survival. But it was a low down dirty shame the way your wife was treating you, and you never stood up to her during survival. And now you want to get mad at the bloggers talking about, all right, some of this shit funny, but I'm tired of y'all talking about me. You should have been said that during survival. Will?
The couple were no longer together when Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars after the comedian made a joke about Jada. Pinkett Smith insists she and the Switch rapper are not going to get divorced anytime soon, even though they have been living apart for almost 10 years.
Jada couldn't believe what she was hearing. What is going on? Now, first of all, I'm really shocked because, mind you, I'm not there. We haven't called each other husband and wife in a long time.
The reason why Hollywood's power couple...
And even after you slap the facial skin off of Chris Rock, Pure Survival, I'm talking about facial skin just flew. If you go stand on the motherfucking stage where he slapped Chris Rock, you can fuck around and slip and bust your fucking head on some of Chris Rock's facial skin that's still stuck on that stage, Will. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't even give a damn. She made you look stupid even after that. She said, look, I don't know why he slapped the motherfucking shit out of Chris Rock. Pure Survival. I ain't touched that man in years. She made you look like a psychotic, statistic weirdo during survival. And you still ain't go public and say nothing to this motherfucker here. This egghead ass wife of yours. Pure Survival. Make sure, like I said, y'all go on puresurvivalmerch.com. I got Pure Survival panties, Pure Survival motherfucking boxers, hoodies, motherfucking all that type of shit up there. So we can survive the industry together. They are a bunch of demonic liars. That's what the hell I'm seeing. A lot of lying like a motherfucker. And this woman still kept playing you all the way to the end. She like, I don't even know why he slapped Chris Rock. Pure Survival. I ain't let him get none of these motherfucking cheeks in years. You know what I'm saying? That made you look delusional. Pure Survival.
Because, mind you, I'm not there. We haven't called each other husband and wife in a long time.
The reason why Hollywood's power couple won't legally divorce is simple. They don't want to. We don't want to because we love our family and we love each other, Pinkett Smith claimed. You know, it's more of a life partnership. Now, 10 years from now, Hoda, who knows? She laughed, adding the pair are currently focused on deep healing rather than...
And that is a goddamn lie. Jada Pinkett stayed with motherfucking Will. They stand together because of money. That's why they didn't get the actual divorce, Pure Survival. They've been doing all kinds of freaky shit. Jada Pinkett's a very freaky girl. Don't bring her to mother. First you get her name, then you get her number, then you get some in the front seat of the Hummer, then you get some in the back seat of the Hummer. Jada?
Letting each other know if they're in other relationships, Numerous rumors have been made about the couple's marriage, including whether they are swingers, in an open marriage, or that one of them is gay.
You know, instead of trying to be a thing, it's like just tearing all that down and finding what's true between us.
Addressing People magazine. We are still figuring it out, Jada stated. We have been doing some heavy-duty work together, she continued. We just have a deep love for each other, and we are going to figure out what that looks like for us. In addition, the 52-year-old spoke out against Smith's behavior at the Oscars. I realized that this was a skit, she said. She did not think it was real at first, like a lot of people who were watching the incident.
And she sat there and lied and said she didn't think that Will Smith slapping the dog shit out of Chris Rock was real. She talking about she thought it was a skit. When Chris Rock said that little ass joke about you, pure survival, and you looked at Will Smith like you better do something or else. That's what happened. And you try to pretend like you didn't know what was going on, pure survival.
The 52-year-old spoke out against Smith's behavior at the Oscars. I realized that this was a skit, she said. She did not think it was real at first, like a lot of people who were watching the incident happen on live TV. There is no way that Will hit him, Jada remarked. I did not even realize it was not a skit until Will started to walk back to his chair, she said. On her chat show, Red Table Talk with R&B singer August Alsina, Jada admitted to cheating on her husband, from whom she would have been separated for 2 years at the time. At the time, Jada referred to this as an entanglement. This announcement also coincides with a 5th anniversary. I hope you will stop humiliating him, a fan commented.
Yes, all she did was humiliate this man, and she done made a table. She made a whole table and painted that shit red and let the kids, everybody sit there and talk to Will Smith like a goddamn motherfucking dog. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? Red Table Talk was so terrible, they had to cancel that shit. You know what I'm talking about? But you never spoke out and stood up against that. That's the wild thing. She be sitting on the table. She sat on Red Table Talk and told this man that she cheated on him and asked him how he feel about it or whatever in front of the world, and then called that shit an entanglement. She made up a new name for cheating. Had all the females running around talking about, I'm about to have me an entanglement. Motherfucker don't act right, I'm gonna have an entanglement. You know what I'm saying? Where were you standing up for the men when she did that during survival? But you want to hurry up and try to run from Diddy Glover when you could have just blamed it on Jada and said, look, she the one, the freaky motherfucker that made me go.
August Alsina, Jada admitted to cheating on her husband, from whom she would have been separated for 2 years at the time. At the time, Jada referred to this as an entanglement. This announcement also coincides with a 5th anniversary. I hope you will stop humiliating him, a fan commented. Another commented, you did not cheat? Could you please be real? A third quipped, aren't you glad you married him even when you were crying and didn't want to? So cute. Jada stated that she had never wanted to get married in a 2018 Red Table Talk episode in which Will was a guest. On New Year's Eve, 1997, the couple exchanged.
And she told that man that she never wanted to get married to him on the red table. So if you're going to stand up and say you weren't down with Diddy and you don't fuck with baby oil and stop saying that you was a part of Diddy shit, you need to stand up in front of the world, stand up to your wife, sir. That's when I'm going to have a different kind of respect for you during survival, Will. You know what I'm saying? So now your best friend is allegedly talking about he going to testify, and I'm just going to wait to see how this go because Diddy is telling on everybody. So hopefully, Will, this could probably, make you look good for now or make it look like you're innocent. But if you come up on these freak off tapes, like I say to any one of these other celebrities, it's not going to look good during survival. And I don't know if something wrong with the internet or not, or did Will Smith or Jada Pinkett, Miss Jalapeno sat there and hit up the internet. Look, I don't even know what happened. Did the shit pause? Was the internet just pause? Did my video just pause for all that time? Because I couldn't see nothing moving at all. Was I paused? No, it didn't. Oh, I don't know what the fuck was going on, but see, that's Goddess. They probably messing with my motherfucking channel right now. Jada Pinkett, Will Smith, because they don't want this shit to be out there during survival. You know what I'm saying? So they probably was messing around with my motherfucking shit. But like I said, Diddy is not the only demonic person in the industry. Now, I got love for Will. Like I said, I don't know if he was with these minors or not, but he's trying to disassociate himself from Diddy for a reason. Not for the season, but for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But smash that like button, like, share, and I'll be back with y'all.